Welcome back, everybody. Now, today we have a very special episode because we are going to be taking a look at the first movie where Godzilla fights another monster. Now, what monster is this, you ask? It's gotta be King Ghidorah, his arch nemesis, right?
Wrong!
Well, maybe it's Rodan, his arch rival.
Wrong!
Well, then it's gotta be Mothra. She's a classic, right?
What the fuck is that?
Nah, it's none of those. Actually, the first monster he fights is Anguirus, his dog.
This is the blast of the hydrogen bomb, which has inaugurated a new and frightening era in the history of man.
Alright, the movie begins with a random dude hyping up the invention of the atomic bomb, because when this movie came out, these things were actually pretty new. God damn, this movie's old. We are then introduced to our main character, Pilot Man. He helps fishing boats track down fish by spotting them through a plane, and Jesus Christ, Pilot Man feels the need to narrate everything.
The message. Hopes were high in our hearts, and as I looked down, I could see the ship responding and turning on a happy course. I reported back to headquarters, which meant I could hear the lovely voice of Hidemi, my sweetheart.
Skyoka? Are you tired, my dear?
Not too tired to go dancing with you tonight.
Why is Pilot Man the only character with an
Come
accent?
to the house early, you see.
It's because this
Papa's
movie's
learning me to
racist. Our hero is told another pilot ran out of gas and got himself stranded on an island like a dumbass. And Pilot Man flies to the rescue.
I started waving. I reduced my speed and landed with the help of my pontoon equipment.
Why does he have to narrate everything? So after meeting up and bitching at each other, the duo hear a strange noise which could only mean one thing. Hell yeah, barely 10 minutes in and Godzilla's already beating up his dog. Anguirus needs no introduction. We've already seen him a couple times. You probably remember him after being traumatized when we watched Mechagodzilla. After the monsters fall into the ocean, our two heroes make their escape and... Excuse me! He narrates the entire movie. Why am I even doing this? I mean... I'll just keep quiet. I'll let him take care of it for now.
Creating a spout of bubbling foam. We flew back in my plane to the city of Osaka and immediately rushed to police headquarters, where we proceeded to give the authorities a full report of what we had just seen. A conference was hurriedly called with the police and scientists, who immediately showed us photographs of every known prehistoric monster. We started going through them together as the authorities watched us intently.
Oh, he's done. All right. I suppose it's my turn to talk now. All right, where were we? Oh yeah, so our characters meet up with some scientists and pour through their childhood dinosaur books. They find out the monster's called Anguirus and end up just calling it Anguirus because it sounds cooler.
Murderers. Original plundering murderers. Who killed everything in their way.
What? They're murderers? They throw on a Bill Nye episode about dinosaurs to find out where they came from. It goes on to explain the creatures are from ancient times when the Earth had just been born, and how they consume fire and radiation. It's actually pretty close to the new movies coming out right now, which I find pretty cool. After the video, they learn the only thing that affects these monsters are bright lights. In other words, they're fucked.
I wonder if they'll attack.
No. Because if they did, Osaka'd be a city of ruin by now.
Well, that's not very reassuring. And he's right. Looks like the monsters are on their way. Take it away, Pilot Man.
The great search was on. The Navy sent a patrol plane first, then followed with a fully armed cruiser to join in the great battle. As the first cruiser raced toward the scene, survival was uppermost in everyone's mind. This was war, a war of life and death between man and an enemy who seemed indestructible.
God damn, he talks a lot. Wait, what? Did I miss something? So supposedly the army can't find Anguirus or Godzilla, so they're just like, fuck it, everything's okay. Then suddenly...
Attention please, attention please. The Osaka area has just alerted against an imminent attack by the gigantic monster. Please remain calm as the authorities attempt to drop flares on the water.
That's what happens when you stop looking for giant monsters. It's not like dirty laundry you can sweep under the rug. They're gonna come back somehow. Why would you give up on looking for them? So everyone prepares themselves for Godzilla, and... Why does he sound like Anguirus? Is that even Godzilla? I mean, they do call Godzilla by a different name in this. They call him Gigantus, but come on, why does he sound like his dog? That would be like if I walked around barking instead of speaking. This is what you look like, Godzilla. We suddenly cut to the best scene in the movie, where prisoners take over a police van.
Hey, what's up?
One of the convicts threw a fit.
What a guy.
What a guy. So naturally, some convicts escape and end up stealing a nearby truck. Our characters just so happen to come across this and give the officers a lift. And a chase ensues.
Lucky this car came along.
No shit, you're lucky. These are the worst cops ever. The criminals accidentally let the guy who didn't pass his driver's test take the wheel, and they crash into an oil plant, causing a huge fire. This fire then attracts our good boy Anguirus. The military gets pissed and the two monsters duke it out. It's weird to say because this movie's so old, but this fight's actually pretty damn awesome. The two claw and bite at each other like legit animals. Godzilla uses his breath, all while the military fires away. It's pretty damn cool. It does go on for a little too long though, and what the hell do these police officers think they're gonna do? They're about as helpful as Spaceman number 2. So Godzilla actually ends up killing Anguirus by biting his neck and blasting him with his breath. God, this poor bastard never seems to get a break. So the dog's dead and Godzilla retreats back into the ocean. That's the end of the movie, right? Wrong. Well, it's not right. There's actually a good 45 minutes left, and nothing happens. Okay, so the fishing company's fleet was destroyed during the monster battle. Yeah, remember that? This movie's supposedly still about that damn company. Our characters rebuild the business, they celebrate with some relatives, and surprise, surprise, Godzilla comes right back. Just because you plug your nose doesn't mean you don't have dirty laundry. Take care of it, pilot man. They find Godzilla near a glacier and goddamn look at that thing. They just use a fucking toy. I love it. The dipshit from the beginning starts swooping at Godzilla with his fishing plane and, well, the obvious happens.
Fucking idiot!
His death causes an avalanche, which gives Pilot Man the idea to freeze Godzilla under ice. And you know, why is Pilot Man even involved in this? Why did that man feel the need to swoop at Godzilla in like a plane that doesn't have any guns? Shit, where was I? Oh yeah, they blow up the mountain, they freeze Godzilla, they mourn the dipshit, and everyone lives happily ever after. The fucking end. And that's Godzilla Raids Again, and honestly, this movie kind of sucks, even for Godzilla movie standards. It's pretty okay for the first half, but it just drags for the last 45 minutes. That last minute and a half of this video was 45 minutes worth of content. All that nonsense with the pilots and the glaciers and I don't even fucking know. Godzilla doesn't even sound like Godzilla. I mean, and you gotta like give him a pass. This was the first movie where they introduced another monster for Godzilla to fight, so they had to get used to that formula, but oh my god, this movie is just exhausting. It was exhausting. Even worse than like Godzilla's Revenge. It was just... fuck. Well, tune in next time for the next great episode of Goji Boy.